There's a quiet hum in the air, a heaviness that settles after happiness. It's not sadness, but a tension, a gut-clenching anticipation. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is cherophobia, an aversion to happiness that feels automatic, not chosen. Joy becomes a trigger for anxiety, not relief. Imagine standing on a sunny cliff, but all you see is the drop. Even in perfect moments, a warm room, a cup of tea, your mind races with what could go wrong. For some, this is daily life, trying to dodge disappointment. Celebrations become minefields. Love is terrifying. Happiness feels fragile, fleeting, almost dangerous. The anticipation of loss becomes louder than the joy itself, and that fear can make even the brightest moments feel lonely. Why do we push away happiness? The answer lies deep in our wiring. Our brains crave emotional homeostasis, a stable baseline, even if it's not happy. If you're used to anxiety or sadness, your brain sees that as normal. When joy arrives, it feels foreign, even threatening. The familiar ache feels safer than the dizzying heights of joy. Happiness is uncharted territory. Misery is known ground. Telling someone to just be happy is like telling someone afraid of heights to enjoy the view. Recognizing this impulse is the first step to changing it. You're not broken. Your brain is just trying to keep you safe. Our relationship with joy begins in childhood. We're born ready for happiness, but life can teach us to fear it. Joy interrupted by conflict or criticism becomes a lesson. Happiness leads to pain. Over time, happiness becomes a warning sign. As adults, we may not remember, but our bodies do. We can't change the past, but we can change how we respond now. Allow yourself to fully inhabit the good moments. Gay Hendricks calls it the upper limit problem. We each have an internal thermostat for how much joy or success we think we deserve. When we exceed that limit, we subconsciously sabotage ourselves, picking fights, getting sick, inventing worries. The goal is to bring ourselves back to the familiar baseline. These patterns are rooted in deep beliefs. I don't deserve this, or if I'm too happy, something bad will happen. When life gets good, these scripts activate, often without us realizing. Recognizing your upper limit patterns is a game changer. Notice when you start creating problems after a happy moment. Awareness is the first step. Observe without judgment. Say, there it is. My brain is trying to bring me back down. This simple awareness unlocks a higher capacity for joy. You can't break the cycle if you don't see it. But once you do, you can start to rise above it. How do you raise your upper limit? Start small. Notice the cracks in your self-imposed ceiling. When foreboding joy hits, pause, take a breath. Name the fear. I'm happy, and it scares me. By naming it, you separate joy from anxiety. They can coexist, one doesn't cancel the other. This creates space for a new thought. I am willing to expand my capacity for joy. You're not forcing happiness, just allowing it to linger a little longer. It's a gentle negotiation, not a battle. Each time you savor a good moment, you stretch your comfort zone. You show your nervous system that joy doesn't always lead to disaster. It's slow work, building new habits, new neural pathways. Every small act of allowing joy is a step toward raising the ceiling. Over time, the cracks widen, letting in more light. You teach your brain that happiness is not a threat, and you make more room for warmth in your life. Expanding your capacity for joy is like learning to breathe after being winded. Start small. Focus on the physical sensations of happiness. Savor the details, the sound of laughter, the warmth of sunlight, the taste of coffee. This practice, called savoring, grounds you in the present. Fear of joy is about what might happen next. Savoring anchors you in what's happening now. Create a joy portfolio. Collect small good moments each day. Write them down, acknowledge them, and notice that nothing bad followed. Over time, this portfolio becomes evidence that joy can exist without disaster. When dread creeps in, recall these moments. You're retraining your mind, building a new narrative. Joy doesn't have to signal doom, it can just be joy. Each breath, each moment, teaches you it's safe to let happiness in. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. You're not erasing fear, but making space for joy alongside it. And that's how you learn to breathe deeply again. Embracing joy means letting go of the need for control. The fear of happiness is often about trying to prevent pain by staying on guard. But life is unpredictable. Pain and loss are inevitable. Bracing for impact doesn't prevent it. It just robs you of peace. Letting go isn't reckless. It's accepting vulnerability as part of life. You can't numb pain without numbing joy. To feel deeply, you must risk heartbreak and failure. Gratitude helps shift focus from fear to the present. When dread follows happiness, pivot to gratitude. I am grateful for this moment. This doesn't deny future pain, but it refuses to let fear steal your joy. Letting go is a daily practice, a conscious choice to soften your grip. It's about looking for beauty, not threats. True freedom begins when you stop fighting the current and let life carry you. For those who fear it, joy is an act of courage. Choosing happiness is rebellion against old fears and scripts. It's opening your heart when you want to shut down. Every time you savor a happy moment, you defy the belief that joy is dangerous. You're writing a new story, one where you're worthy of good things. Joy is the most vulnerable emotion. To feel it is to risk loss. But that's what makes it powerful. Each laugh, each celebration, is a protest against cynicism and fear. Embracing joy isn't denial, it's strength. See your choice to feel joy as a victory, not a failing. Every small act of happiness is proof you're stronger than your fear. You're not waiting for happiness, you're making room for it. This is how you build resilience. One joyful moment at a time. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to feel joy anyway. And that's how you reclaim your life. The journey out of cherophobia isn't about erasing fear. It's about changing your relationship with it. Letting fear ride along, but never drive. Acknowledge its presence. Thank it for trying to protect you. Then choose to move toward the light. This is a path of self-acceptance, embracing both your joy and your fear. Healing comes from accepting who you are and gently guiding yourself toward openness. Be patient. Some days the ceiling feels unbreakable. On those days, be gentle with yourself. The practice isn't perfection. It's returning to the present, again and again. Over time, you find meaning, not just relief from pain. Your capacity for joy and sorrow grow together. Vulnerability becomes the birthplace of connection and belonging. You stop waiting for disaster and notice the solid ground beneath you. and you realize with wonder that it's safe to be happy. It always was.